All right, so I know you guys have been seeing me comment on a lot of DC news that's been happening in recent weeks, but now we have Marvel news and casting news actually. So, Kraven the Hunter movie has cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as the Spider Man villain. Sony Spider Man spin off movie for the villain Kraven the Hunter cast former MCU star Aaron Taylor Johnson as the titular Marvel foe. Uh, Sony's Kraven the Hunter movie cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as the titular Spider Man villain. Even after pairing up with Marvel Studios to reboot Spider Man as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Sony Pictures once again began developing plans for more Marvel movies set in their own universe, which, they started with Venom and then now Venom Carnage and Morbius, which is, they're both, once Venom Carnage is scheduled to be released in July of this year, and then Morbius in 2022. Let's see. Kraven the Hunter is one of the many Spider-Man villains that Sony has spent time working to build a solo movie around. This came after heavy rumors that Kraven would be the villain in Spider-Man No Way Home, so I guess those aren't. That's not true. Sony made progress on the Kraven solo movie when they hired Triple Frontiers J.C. Shandor to direct the standalone movie in late 2020. This left many to continue to fan cast who to play the deadly Spider-Man foe tied to several classic Spidey comic stories, with casting calls reportedly showing Sony's interest in a Joel Kinnaman type. Oh, okay. So this is not Aaron Taylor Johnson's first time playing a comic book character. As you know, he's played Kick-Ass, and then he's also played Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver, in Avengers Age of Ultron. So Kraven is scheduled to release in theaters on January 13th, 2023. Let's see, looking further into this article. Aaron Taylor Johnson is an exciting choice to play Kraven in the movie, but it does raise some serious questions about the Spider-Man, I don't know what, SPUMC, Spider-Man universe? I don't know what the hell that is supposed to mean. Kraven the Hunter's writers previously said that the film is an adaptation of the famous storyline Kraven's Last Hunt and could feature Spider-Man. Some fans hope this meant Tom Holland's Peter Parker could appear, especially after the rumors that Kraven would be in Spider-Man 3. There are no signs that Aaron Taylor Johnson or Kraven are involved with Spider-Man No Way Home, but Sony could use the movie to tease Kraven the Hunter story through the multiverse. If they take advantage of that situation, fans could see Aaron Taylor Johnson play Kraven much earlier than 2023. Huh. So I'm gonna let you guys know I'm not a big fan of this casting. I think they could have done a lot better. Aaron Taylor John, it's just now. So now for sure, Quicksilver's never returning to the MCU. I guess you can't have both. But I mean, I think Kraven is. I know Kraven is for Sony, and their set of solo movies for villains, which actually I don't mind Sony having those villain solo movies. I like the Venom movies, and I'm excited to see Morbius as well. I just don't know. I feel like they could have done like I was hoping for maybe a Keanu Reeves, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Charlie Hunnam, shit, Luke Evans. I would have preferred any of those guys to Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know. I just feel like with Kraven, I would have preferred someone who was older for the role. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson. I know he's like mid-30s, I believe, early to mid-30s, but I think that maybe that's why, because like if they're going to connect it with Tom Holland Spider-Mans in the future, and as we've seen with Tom Holland's Spider-Man villains, like a lot of them have actually been a lot younger than their comic counterparts. Vulture was a lot younger. Pretty sure Mysterio was the same age, maybe younger. So Yeah, I'm not sure. And I mean, of course, we see like Spider Man. He's a lot younger, and a lot of the characters like Betty and all them are very young as well with Tom Holland Spider Man. So it's I don't just Aaron. I don't know. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven. I don't think he has it though. I mean, we'll see. I'm not sure. I don't know. And it's going to be weird, especially because if you bring the X-Men in the MCU and they don't have a Quicksilver, or do they have a Quicksilver? There's just a lot of questions on this front. I feel like this multiverse is going to be very confusing, although maybe it's explained a lot when Doctor Strange or Spider-Man No Way Home. Um, I mean, I'm excited about Craven, like the as far as the character and the story that they're doing with Craven's Last Hunt. I'm very excited about the movie in general and how that will be. But as far as Aaron Taylor Johnson playing the character, I don't necessarily hate the role or the casting. I just feel like they could have done a lot better. As I've mentioned, my choices. But yeah, this is interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. But you know what? Hey, if he does it and he proves me wrong, I'll admit right when that movie comes out. I'll be like, hey, I was wrong. Aaron Taylor Johnson was the guy. I was. It's funny because Aaron Taylor Johnson being cast as Kraven, I'm like, no, I don't see it. But when Robert Pattinson was actually cast as Batman, I was actually one of the first people to actually like. Javante was against it. I was like, you know what? I can actually see it. I think he'd be good enough. I mean, I don't like if you don't judge him just from the Twilight movies, I think he would make a good Batman. But and I mean, so far in the trailer, he's proved me wrong. So maybe Aaron Taylor Johnson, ATJ, maybe he will prove me wrong. Um, yeah, it's gonna confuse me a lot with this, like, especially because if they bring him into Tom Holland Spider-Man universe, then you have the same guy who played Quicksilver. It's just gonna raise a lot of questions. But yeah, those are my quick thoughts on Aaron Taylor Johnson being cast as Kraven the Hunter um, in Kraven's movie coming out in 2023. Let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on Kraven, on Aaron Taylor Johnson being cast as Kraven the Hunter. Let me know your thoughts and also who you would want to play Kraven the Hunter in either in a solo movie or within Tom Holland's Spider-Man universe. But yeah, if you like this reaction, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and be sure to tune in for more. All right, you guys. Deuces.